What's up, guys? Today we're out on the water down here in Blackwater River. Well, the Yellow River going down into Blackwater Bay. Right down south of Baghdad here in Milton. We're going to be trying to get some redfish out here on the flats. Okay. All right, bird. Interrupt my freaking intro then. All right. But yeah, we're going to be trying to get some reds out on the shallow flats when the sun warms up this water out here. Might go back in some creeks, might fish some grass. We're just gonna break it down. So I'll holler at you guys at the first fish. Yeah, I want you guys to see these ducks. I've seen like probably a dozen of them by now. I just thought they were cool, so we're gonna get up close. Try to shoot these guys real quick. I wish I had a shotgun. Look at them go. See them go across the water? I don't know how well that showed up on the GoPro, but hopefully pretty good. There's like 10 ducks up there. I'm trying to make sure the GoPro gets those in shot, but I don't want to get too close up on this bank. There's an oyster bar right there. Hopefully the GoPro got that. Oh, there goes another duck right there. Dude, I'm gonna come back out here with a shotgun, man. I've seen way too many ducks today. Way too many ducks. If anybody knows what kind of duck that is, man, I'm gonna try to put all these ducks in the YouTube video. You guys can see those freaking birds, man. Dude, that's a ton of birds. Oh my god. They're coming right for me too. I really wish I had my handheld camera. I have it still strapped to my chest trying to record all these birds. Hopefully you guys are able to see this. Man, there's like literally a ton. Yeah, we're gonna have to go fish that. There's gotta be some fish around. Has to be. So guys, right now we are having a time finding water that's deep enough to run this motor, and we can't really go anywhere. And that's a lesson for today, is tide charts kind of lie sometimes, man. It says the tide might be up, but even if it is kind of up, if the wind's blowing this water out, that tide is going to be gone. There's going to be no water. Just going to let you guys know. So if the tide chart says you're fishing, 2 foot of water, and you got a pretty strong wind, chances are you're fishing 6 inches of water. Because that tide will just absolutely take the water out, but more than that, the wind will, man. The wind will just absolutely take the water out. Alright, we're going to have to turn the trolling motor off. We're just dragging sand at this point. God dang, man. Dude, this sucks. Like, it really does suck. Just a bad day to fish, man. Just a bad day to fish. So here's, man, I think even if we get to where we want to be, it's still going to be too shallow to reliably fish. So I think we're going to head that way and move up into this river. The river actually hits about 15 foot right there. 15 foot of water. So we'll come up that river really slow and really fish the banks. We might end up catching some bass. We might end up catching some redfish. I don't really know, to be honest, what we're going to catch, but we will catch something doing that. So it's better than being out here dragging the sand. I'll tell you that much. Because this has just been really just miserable. So we're gonna stand up, kind of push pole our tails out of here, until we hit some deeper water. I think if we paddle that way, eventually we'll find that channel. Thing is, we rode up in there fine, so I don't know why it was such a problem getting out of there. Could just be the way the waves are hitting us. There's a number of things it could be, but I'm really not in a push-pull mood today. At least not the whole time. Not having to just work and work and work. Because like push-pulling is like a fair amount of work, man, with a paddle. If you had an actual push-pull, it's really not that bad because you get like 12 to 20 feet off of every push. But with this paddle, man, you are not going far with a push. So, gonna work our way up to this river channel. What's up, guys? So that spot didn't work out, so now we have a little top water because a little bit too weedy for the jig, and we're just kind of floating through some of the submerged grass, sticking out the water, putting this top water as deep in there as we can get it, and kind of working it out, and hoping that there's some redfish sitting back in this submerged grass that would like to eat a topwater. But I've pretty much ruined this spot by drifting into it twice at this point in time. This wind is just super strong, man, and tide's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Just a super tough day on the water. Like, honestly, I'd be happy with almost any fish at this point in time. No, I'd be happy with any fish. Literally any fish at this point in time. Like, whatever I can get my hands on would be nice. We'll go back to some of this more thick submerged grass back on the bank line. See what's going on back there. Really tough day on the water, guys. Really tough day on the water. What's up, guys? So we just finished fishing down that grass line to no avail. We have a new bait tied on though. We have Berkeley power bait, little fluke on a weighted belly hook so we can get back in some of these things. One of my favorite baits for the marsh, but I didn't think I'd be fishing the marsh today, but you know, I'm fishing grass, so you're about the same thing. The wind and the tides have really just made this miserable. I think we're gonna fish this last little stretch of river, and then we're gonna take it to the house and admit defeat. So holler at you guys if I get a fish. All right, guys, I hate to say it, we're gonna have to go home on this one. We have been defeated for the first time in a long time. I think I've made 10 trips now in a row and caught a redfish, but today the conditions were just too tough for me, man. As a fisherman, we all have our limits, man. We all have our abilities. We know how good we are, and I feel like I'm pretty decent at saltwater fishing, red fishing. But the outgoing tide came in early with the wind. It pulled out more water than it was supposed to, and from that, it made it really hard to fish the areas I'd planned to fish because they were too shallow to get into. So right off the bat, my spots were gone, and from there on, man, the wind just kept pulling out more water. It was really hard to find spots. It just it was not the day. It was not the day, guys, but still had a good time. Hope you guys still enjoy watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Maybe we'll catch some fish then.